Introducing to you first, fighting to my left out of the blue corner. He comes in standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing officially at 156 pounds. His record stands at 10 wins, opposite 3 defeats. Originally from Tunisia, now fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Ayadi Majdeddine. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He comes in standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing officially at 155 pounds. His record stands at 10 wins, opposite 2 defeats. Joining us from Makhachkala, Dagestan, Russia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sitik Muduev. And your referee in charge is Marco Perez.
And that is the incomparable Ray Flores with our introductions. Our ring announcer here at Eagle FC, Sitik Muduev taking on Ayadi Majdeddine. Marco Perez will be the third man inside of the cage this evening. It's all about setting the tone for an event. And Majdeddine and Muduev will surely do that tonight. And here you go, the first ever U.S. fight here for Eagle FC, Muduev and Majdeddine.
2 steps to the middle, guys. Henry Cejudo was just telling us about that in the open, that this is a very small cage. It took 2 steps, and these guys are fisticuffs. That could play out, particularly in tonight's main event.
Yeah, right away, Chuff. You notice and anytime you hear somebody that's from Makhachkala, Russia, you know they are dangerous, man. These guys are scrappers, and right off the back, he's putting his opponent against the cage and looking to work and get on top and do something.
Henry, the Russian invasion is very real. We started to see this about 4 and 5 years ago within mixed martial arts, but you and I knew the secret from our days as wrestlers. When you talk about there's just some tough places to grow up, these boys are from them. I mean, it's not Westland, Oregon or anything, but
no, the Russian wave is real.
Oh, very much so.
And that's something that Khabib FC, like, to me, like, the Russians have always been, like, the heroes of wrestling. And the fact that they're coming in and more to mixed martial arts, it makes it harder for us Americans, Chubb. Sorry to say it.
No, it is bred into them. You're absolutely right. Muduev working very hard as he comes around the back of Majdeddine.
Muduev worked a little bit harder for that double leg takedown than I thought he was going to have to. And perhaps I need to give the credit to Ayadi here, but Muduev is on top now. Whoever's head is higher is winning. That's a wrestling rule in a scramble situation. And Muduev didn't do a great job of getting his hips in and his head up. It's one of the reasons he's struggling in this position.
Now, Majdeddine hasn't fought in 5 years, gentlemen. It's been 5 years since he has stepped inside of a cage and thrown down. So quite possibly a little bit of ring rust here under the bright lights of the FlexCast Arena.
Yeah, no, of course. But even the fact that Muduev is taking him down and he's kind of struggling to get up, he's still allowing him to work. Pretty much what he's doing is he's investing. This is what we call the wrestling grind. So as time, it's 2 minutes, you can tell he's already a little exhausted.
Well, Muda's having to make a choice, right? The math that he's doing in his competitive mind right now, he's well aware of the energy exerted for the takedown, and he's asking himself, was it worth it? It looks like it was not. He's preferring to use this energy to do a little bit of Western boxing, and just as I say that, of course, he's back in on the body.
Yeah, the gas tank far from depleted here with Muduev. And speaking of Muduev, you talk about these Russian superstars, Rayman Magomadaliyev, Ramazan Kuramagomedov. We're going to see them in our main card, and those 2 men by themselves are probably 2 of the hottest prospects in the entire company right now. Huge signings. Kuramagomedov has never tasted defeat. He'll be taking on the always gritty John Howard in our main card tonight. What a card for you here in Miami at the FlexCast Arena. I want to thank everybody that has tuned in with FlexCast, and if you're watching with your boys or watching at a party, make sure you get the app yourself so you can always tune in and check out Eagle FC for free on the FlexCast app.
Muduev working here. I think I need to give the credit. I think I need to give it to Ayadi because he is doing stuff with his hips. Look, when you're pinned up against the fence and you have no other option to take your hips back, but you can still find a way to stay on your feet, Ayadi is doing something here that's giving Mudev's problems.
And you know what the crazy thing about it too is, Charles? If he continues to keep defending him, I feel like Muduev is taking more of that condition. He's taking more of his tank because look, he has his head dug. It looks like he has something.
Henry, I haven't seen it quite from this angle. Have you seen a submission finished quite from
Oh,
this
wow.
angle?
Coming up underneath that neck.
I've seen it now. That's a bulldog choke.
Ooh.
Right, back up now. Back up, though. Back up.
Ayadi can't waste here. A lot of times when you get close to what you believe could be a fight-ending submission and it doesn't work, you get depleted. You can't do that. You can't get demoralized. You got to pop back up.
But in the eyes of the judges, Majdeddine has to get some sort of credit there, going for that submission that was tight. And it could have been curtains had it not been such a gritty fighter here like Muduev.
Making him work, Maj.
Muduev going back to the well, bringing Majdeddine down. It's clear what the strategy is tonight, Henry. He wants to bring this thing down to the ground. Now we see a little bit of the striking, trying to use his knees, and we are on our feet with 30 seconds to go.
Ayadi needs to go for it here. He needs to empty this gas tank a little bit. He's going to get a 60-second rest. He needs to do something to steal this round, and it is still within play.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it, even within these seconds, Chow, you could steal these rounds. Someone's going to have to go.
It has taken a toll on Sitik Muduev. This hard-nosed style, looking for takedowns. It has worn him out. You can already tell from his cadence that he is feeling the burn. How much did he deplete in round number 1? Most definitely, and Majdeddine was able to survive and get through that round. And you look at the open mouth breathing right now at your Chell. With what Muduev has, obviously we know these guys are training constantly on the mats. They definitely got gas tanks. But that being said, it just seems like it's been sapped for Muduev right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this round is going to be rinse and repeat. Okay, Muduev is going to trade hands. Once he sees the range, he's going to change elevation and go for a double. The reason I suggest that, and I will be right, you watch this play out, but Ayadi knows it too. Did he make those adjustments? Did his coaches tell him something in between rounds, something to look for, something he could see to not let Muduev get quite as deep on those hips? There's another good body shot by Muduev. Again, guys, no air balls. He's not missing out here. He reached out, he touched something. That's Clayton Hires 101.
Yeah, I almost feel like Ayadi's going to have to be the person that has to adjust. And even if you're too tired and you haven't fought for X amount of years, at times you're going to have to start setting things up and pretty much going for broke because there's two more rounds left, and he's going to have to win this one decisively.
Is it indeed rinse and repeat as Muduev looks for another takedown, a fighter that has fought almost exclusively in China for the most of his career. The majority of his career has been in China with WLF. And now he makes this move, picks up a win at CFFC, and now he's here at Eagle FC with the biggest opportunity in his career. But Majdeddine will not go away. And Henry, we got to give this guy a ton of credit, man. What a talent here. And Ayadi Majdeddine able to withstand all the takedown attempts and not give in. This guy has a ton of heart.
He does. And sometimes the hardest guys for you to fight are the guys that just have fight in them.
Yeah.
And I just see he just has that fight in him.
Ayadi's opportunity now. He's up against the fence. It's a stiller position. Henry, I'd like to see him come up and come around the waist, get around the back. I think that's maybe why Ayadi lost that position. But here we are, where Ayadi does have a meaningful chance. He's just getting outworked. Muduev is throwing more, so he's landing more. When Ayadi gets busy, he is having some success. Henry's not busy enough.
He's not, and he has to get busy. Why not? And why not surprise him with Ayadi could surprise him with the takedown. They're in range, this doesn't matter what style you are. If you have the right range, you can take anybody down.
Big right hands from Muduev, now using his striking. Willing to stand and trade, but here comes Majdeddine, landed some money shots.
Beautiful knee.
Best shot of the fight.
Wow, like I said, Uncle Chell.
Oh, how the tables can turn, right, guys?
Like I said, this is beautiful, man. Now I think he just needs to pretty much recover, win this round, and then turn it up in the third.
That's right. I don't know what kind of energy Muduev is going to want to expend. He's doing math right now. He's going, okay, I'm up around. This one's halfway through. Where do I want to make this explosion, or do I want to just save it for the third? But those are the things, Henry, whether we like it or not, you and I can tell the truth. Those things go through your mind when you're in battle like this and fatigued.
Well, then part of it too, Chow, is the fact that sometimes when you hurt somebody and you tend to take them down, they can recover. You can recover off your back, and that's something that Ayadi's got to be careful too, because if he can't put him away, put him away.
right, Mudev's got his feet on the hips, which means he's thinking of pushing away. He's thinking of making an explosive motion and just pushing his opponent off to scramble up to his feet, but now he's closed his guard. That option's no longer there. Open it again. He's thinking of pushing. He's thinking of creating some space and trying to get to his feet. Ayadi's just scoring here. He's not trying to finish him. He's trying to score with the judges.
Yeah, that's what you got to love about this sport, how things can turn that quickly. Mudev was in control for such a long time, for about a round and a half. Now Majdeddine is using that fatigue against him, looking strong and gaining momentum as he goes, and has that advantage standing. I think we've seen that now.
And this position right here is tiring too, especially if he's trying to lift them, because there's a lot of back muscle and legs, and when you're underneath somebody, that's the worst thing that's the worst thing that will drain your gas tank.
So be a big reversal here with a minute left. I don't know if Mudev's going to get it as long as Ayadi stays in the moment. If Ayadi thinks about submission in front of position, he could give this up. He needs to think about position first, stay on top.
Nice recovery by Mudev, able just to get to his knees and try to get back on top. As now Majdeddine potentially feeling the burn, man. Both fighters have already been through a war in a matter of 9 minutes of action, and they're both feeling it here in our first fight at Eagle FC 44.
Yeah, you talk about a fight, you talk about two dudes that have met their match. I mean, this is what we're watching right now. This is a very equal fight, and I'm excited because right now I have it 1-1. I don't know what you have it, Uncle Chell. I don't know what you have it, Stars, but I believe it's 1-1.
It has to be, right?
I fully agree with that. Yeah, we're one apiece. This third round's going to decide. I'll tell you what, Ayadi's a bit of a escape artist, guys. He's hard to hold down. I got to give him that.
But Mudev looks like he is going to finish on a good note. And look at that, Sitik Muduev fighting back, showing a little energy, but I'm with you guys. I think we're all three in consensus. That was most definitely Majdeddin's round.
Henry, I cannot quit thinking about something you said earlier during our open, Cejudo. You were talking about how small this cage is, and as we do look forward to the main event, guys, I can hear these punches. I can hear the punches literally that are landing. Imagine what's going to happen when those punches are being thrown by Hartanov and Sponge.
Oh my God, and I'm the one that's going to be doing the post-fight interview. Imagine that.
You better watch yourself in there, Cejudo. Third and final round. We got it one apiece, Mudev and Majdeddine. Cyrus Fees, Chael Sonnen, and Henry Cejudo here on commentary. We'll be hearing later from the great Felicia Spencer and Jennifer Sturger.
Yeah, and this is what's cool about this, because right now they're 1-1, but it's really who is it that's going to be able to take up more of the time during the later rounds. So by the time that 2.5 mark hits, that's when you really have to.
Oh, and there it is. Big right hand by Sitik Muduev, and that could change everything. And the momentum swings to Mudev. Wow, what a big right hand. Felicia Spencer has been in the corner of Mudev. Felicia, what are you hearing?
Yeah, well, we're hearing the corner of Mudev is most happy when he is standing. Mudev's corner is most happy when he's standing. They want him to not engage over here. They want to just keep him punching from at a distance, coming in and out. Again, we saw what happened in the last round. He ended up on his back. He wasn't doing, showing his best on the ground. I totally agree with this corner. Keep it standing, punch from the outside. He's looking really good. He landed that huge shot just a moment ago. I'd like to see him continue to try to keep it standing.
This is big, guys. This is big. What's Mudev got left? Ayadi's in the position, and he's not down. Just because he's been knocked down does not mean he's going to lose the round under MMA rules. He could get position and start mounting his own offense. We got to fight here, fellas.
Oh, we got a lot of time to go here. It's going to feel like 30 minutes, 3.5 minutes left in our final round of our first bout here on Eagle FC 44, live and free on the FlexCast app. Coming around the back here is Majdeddine. Tough position to be in as Mudev is hanging on for dear life to the legs, not allowing Majdeddine to advance, Joe.
Ayadi's doing everything right. I'd like to see him get his head a little bit higher and just shove those hips in to really force this position, but he's got a reversal of his own here. Ayadi's getting swept, but he's got a reversal of his own. He's doing a good job keeping pressure. He wants to get the lock down off of his clothing, get it down to the knees, get it down to the legs where it's going to slide, and he's doing everything right.
This is what I don't get, though. I kind of get a little bummed out as a fighter, man. Sometimes I feel like you know, Ayadi's in great position, but he tends to put himself in these troubles where he puts himself in a position where he's able to get scrambled out. You know what I mean, Chill? Like, help me. How can I be so mad, Chill?
He got greedy, champ. I saw it too. He was in good position. Every now and then you got to just slow things down, freeze this position, make the other guy work. But he opened the opportunity, and now we are back on their feet. But they're going for it. Oh, right up the middle. Ooh, big knee. Ayadi needs a couple more combinations. I'm seeing him touch, but if you can touch it once, you can touch it twice. If you can touch it twice, hit it 4 times.
Yeah. Oh, these guys are gonna wake up. Oh man, as a fighter, Chill, waking up the next day is the worst.
Look, if Ayadi can finish the fight in this or a similar position, he can win this round. He's going to need a little bit busier. And to remind you guys, or if anybody just tuned in, he was knocked down. It was the only knockdown of the fight, but it was in this round. This round is going to determine their victor.
But you're right, Joe. If he can control at the end of this round, because he did get knocked down, but if he controls his last minute and 30, the fight could be his.
That's how tight this fight is. Muduev and Majdeddine. Majdeddine continuing to slowly pick away at Sitik Muduev. Majdeddine has not fought in 5 years.
Notice the left arm. If the left arm of Muduev comes inside and controls the leg, that's how he got the last reversal. It's how he will get this one. Ayadi needs to hide this left leg, and he's not doing a good job of it.
All those punches are scoring, Chill. All those punches are money. I think he needs to continue with the volume. And you know, there's 3 people that we have to convey. Not the crowd, not me, not the greatest of all time, and Uncle Chill. He has to convey these judges, so his volume has to take place, and he has to continue to pity pat him in order for him to convey the judges that he is the victor.
Oh, he's at a full mount. He needs to score here.
Beautiful.
A little blood leaking out there of Sitik Muduev as Majdeddine, and the damage has all mounted up on the Russian star. And Majdeddine is in a beautiful position, gentlemen.
And there's still a lot of time. 30 seconds is a long time.
Yes, Ayadi has done enough. If he can just beat the clock at this point, Ayadi has done enough to come back. In my unlicensed opinion, he's done enough to make up for the knockdown to win the round. And fellas, the fight.
I agree, Cho. I 100% agree.
Now with the elbows, Majdeddine trying to put away Muduev in the remaining seconds of the fight. And this is where we will end our first bout of the US-based Eagle FC card. Eagle FC 44.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance inside the Eagle FC steel, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges scored the contest 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Ayadi Majdeddine.